talked a little bit before about EnergyPlus and energy simulation and its interaction with the Rhino Grasshopper platform, and the tutorials that of the actual coding of using Python and the introduction to pandas also use the outputs of the EnergyPlus energy simulation program. So in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the other tools that you can use to manipulate the EnergyPlus engine, how you can basically automate the process of creating EnergyPlus input files, processing data that comes out of the engine itself, sort of encapsulating and using programming and data science to do that. So those of you that are not familiar, EnergyPlus is a simulation, whole building energy simulation program that's been developed for decades, lots and lots of PhD research projects and different types of projects have gone into this engine. And it's able to simulate a vast array of system types, building types in the built environment. And traditionally you would have some sort of what's called graphical user interface for for EnergyPlus. And it's becoming more and more common, though, however, to use programming to create the geometry and the input variables for the input files of EnergyPlus, and also to process the data that comes out of it. So I'll kind of give you an understanding of a few different options out there. There's a Python package or library that you can use for EnergyPlus analysis and manipulation. That's called O+. There is another package called Epi, which I've used in the past before. In fact, I have a few tutorials that online that you can use to use Epi. Epi allows you to process the what's called IDF files or input data files, and to process the output files in terms of CSV and other types of output files that come out of EnergyPlus. Both of these are open source, and there's a few examples of how to use them online, which I'll include in the links for this video as well. And I know I talk a lot about Python and pandas and how amazing it is, but there's also other languages out there, obviously, one of them being the R programming language. And R is very similar to Python in a lot of ways, in that it's it's open source, it's flexible, there's a lot of users out there, a lot of examples out there. R, however, though, is used more specifically for statistics and machine learning exclusively, as compared to Python, which has lots and lots of general uses. There's a nice EnergyPlus for R toolkit called E+R that was developed here in Singapore with Dr. Adrian Chong's group and the SimberBest 2 lab, the Singapore Berkeley lab here. And it does similar things. You can install it and use it to manipulate both the input and output data files of the EnergyPlus simulation engine. So once again, if you're interested in EnergyPlus, you can check out these resources, check out the tutorials in the links for this video, and get started down that path as well.